Good morning, everyone. Welcome to LisaBug Yoga, and we are in the month of January 2024. And what I would like to do for this month is for each class, we are going to focus to start class on a breathing technique, a pranayama. So I know that that has been really a wonderful technique for some of you that take class that are going through health issues, and it's just great for all of us to focus on our breathing and to do these different techniques to help us to relax and to strengthen, build our cardiovascular endurance. So we'll be doing a breath pattern today. I call this the 10-part breath. We will use it at the beginning of class and learn it. And then through some of our poses, if you would like to come back while we're holding a pose or a stretch and re-implement that breathing pattern, that would be wonderful. So occasionally I'll cue it, but I want you to decide whether you'd like to continue to use that breathing pattern. So with the 10-part breath, and this can be at your own count of 10, or roughly 10 seconds it will take to do a breath. You'll take 2 counts to inhale the breath, 2 counts to hold it and sustain it, and then what's remaining? 6 counts to exhale slowly. So we'll start with that today. You can sit in a chair or you can come down to the floor and sit comfortably. And make sure that you have a nice long spine. Takes me a second to get down there with that knee. And whether or not you're in cross-leg pose or have just your legs out in front of you, straight or bent, I'll leave that up to you. So with your eyes closed, I'd like you to just completely exhale before we start. So blow all that air out of your lungs, and you'll be breathing in through your nose. Prepare. Inhale 1, 2, hold the breath, 1, 2, exhale the breath, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale the breath, 1, 2, hold, 1, 2, exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and take a break. So I'm going to time us for 2 minutes. I'm not going to cue from here because I don't want you to necessarily follow exactly the pace that I'm going. I want you to set this 10 count breath. So exhale fully and begin. One more minute. Thirty seconds. Finish one more round of the 10 count breath. And once you exhale 6 counts, just return to a normal equal ratio breath flow. And then we'll blink our eyes open with a soft gaze. Just check in. Notice how you're feeling after that pranayama. Was it easy for you to do? Was it relaxing? Did you find you were trying to catch up with the breath and it felt a little awkward? So this is something that you can practice at any time at home. It helps us to bring our body into that centered place, spirit, mind, and body. So in a comfortable position, you can remain as you are. Let's just twist to the right side and hold. And we'll do one of those 10 count breaths. So prepare. Inhale for 2, hold 2, and exhale 6. Come back to the center line. Breathe normally. Twist your body to the left side. Nice tall spine. Prepare. Inhale 2, hold 2, exhale 6. Come back to the midline. Side stretch. Keep both sitting bones planted into the earth. Prepare. Inhale 2, hold 2, exhale 6. Switch sides. Keep that right sitting bone down. Prepare. Inhale 2, hold 2, exhale 6. And come all the way up. We'll extend the right leg forward. This left knee can come in close. We can bend the knee, and we can also take the leg out. So I want you to find a comfortable place. Sit tall, hands can be behind you, arms can reach out in front, arms can be up. We'll stretch into a hamstring hold. Prepare. 10 count breath. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Rise back up. Switch sides. You might notice as you do that slow exhalation that your body actually sinks a little deeper into that hamstring stretch. All right, either pressing behind, reaching forward or up, come into your stretch. 10 count breath. Coming back up. You can do these in the chair as well, so feel free to stay seated on your chair. Take both legs wide. Tighten your quadricep muscles if you can. Pull your toes toward your kneecaps. Hands can be behind, reaching forward or up. Walk out to your stretch. Mild to moderate. 10 count breath. Walk yourself in. Turn your body toward the right leg. Take it down into your stretch here. You can do that 10-part breath if you want, or just breathe normally. Keep that left sitting bone down. Rising back up when you finished your exhalation. Turn. Walk into your stretch. Your knees can be bent a little bit here, that's okay. And breathe. And walk yourself up. You can remain seated in wide leg stretch or change your position. Expand and open. Pull your elbows and your shoulder blades back. Sit tall. 10-part breath. Bring the right arm across your body to stretch the shoulder, or hook your arms into eagle with the right arm on top. Look over your right shoulder. 10-part breath. Come back to center. Expand. 10-part breath. Left arm across, or hook the right arm under into eagle. Look over your left shoulder. Drop your shoulder blades down and breathe. Back to center. One more chest expansion with one more 10-part breath. Pull those shoulder blades and elbows back. And relax. 2 options for the next series, either coming into child's pose, or if you don't want to be on the floor, you can stand with your chair in front of you with your arms extended out on the chair. So I'm going to show you that example because I'm likely going to take it because I can't quite put enough pressure on my knee yet. So if you're doing child's pose in the chair, you're going to bend your knees a little bit and reach your arms out toward your chair. If you're in child's pose, you're on your knees, sitting your hips back toward your heels any amount, and extending your arms forward. If you're on the floor, you're likely going to be able to put your forehead down. If not, you can put a block under it. Or it's okay if your forehead isn't touching the mat, because those of us that are using the chair, our forehead isn't supported either. So let's take a 10-part breath together. Inhale. Hold. And exhale 6. Now walk your left hand over to where your right hand is and put it on top if you can. And slightly open up your left side ribs. Take a 10-part breath. Bring that left hand back out. Take the right hand across, maybe stacking it on top. Open your right ribs so you're really stretching your side waist. And take your breath. Bring that right hand back into position. If you're down on the mat in child's pose, come up to all fours, hands and knees. If you're using the chair, walk your feet in a little bit, and this is our hands and feet for using the chair. So let's come into a twist, reaching the right arm up. Now, if this bothers your shoulder, you can place your hand behind your head, pull your elbow up, and let's take a breath. Take that hand and thread the needle. So if you're on your hands and knees, you're going to lay your shoulder down to the floor. If you're standing up, just twist and reach your arm across your body. Take a breath. Slide that arm out. Place your hand back down onto the floor or chair. Twist to the left, reaching the left arm up or the elbow, and breathe. Now, if you don't want to continue that 10-part breath, that's okay. Just breathe normally. Thread the needle slowly through and breathe. And then slide that arm out, back to hands and knees or hands and feet. And then either pushing back to child's pose one more time or downward dog. So we can do down dog using the chair by stepping our feet back, really lengthening the legs. You can do your down dog on the mat. Choose your position and we'll breathe here. All right, we are going to come into lunge, either kneeling lunge or standing lunge. So take your time to bring your right foot forward. You can use your chair to help you here. Your back heel can be lifted, or you can plant it on the floor, or your back knee can drop down to the mat. And this is my surgical knee, so I'm going to be really gentle to demonstrate that. Actually, I'm just kind of curious what I can do here on that left knee. It doesn't like it really well, so I'm going to come up to standing lunge, but you can keep your knee on the mat. And then bringing the arms right to prayer heart center, or we can bring them forward, or we can bring them up. You decide, and breathe. Option for that 10-part breath. Now let's add a twist to this pose. So simply rotate to the right. You're rotating toward your front leg. It's a nice balance challenge. Now I also want to show you how this can be done in a chair. Just if you're curious, you can sit your hip down on the chair so you're supported here. And let's hold or not hold the breath, but hold the pose as we breathe. All right, take your time to switch legs, whatever way works best for you. You can come back into your down dog again. You can stand all the way up and just switch feet. Our left foot will be in front. Right foot back. This time I'm going to demonstrate the kneeling lunge since I can get down there on that right knee. All right, once you're in your lunge, keep that hip flexor nice and open, palms to the heart, forward or up any amount. And let's breathe nice and stable. Adding a twist to the pose, so we'll turn toward that left front leg, rotate. Try to look behind you over that shoulder and breathe. All right, come back to center. Take your time to make your way to a stand at the top of your mat. So any way that works good for you. Or you can sit in your chair. Stand or sitting in a strong mountain pose. Pull your shoulder blades back, extend your fingertips, ground into the mat. Tighten the muscles around the bones of your legs, squeeze your buttocks a little bit, and we'll breathe. Sit into chair, Utkatasana, bending the knees any amount, palms at your heart, forward or up. 10 count breath. Rise up to extended mountain, Urdhva Hastasana, upward salute. If you'd like to add a small back bend, you can extend the spine a little longer, keep your abs engaged. Your hands can go behind your head, you can place them at heart center. 10 count breath. Come back to your mountain pose. And we'll come into single leg stance. So balancing on our left foot, the right knee will come forward. And you can tap your right big toe to the inside of your left leg. Your knee is going straight ahead. Hands can be at hips, heart center, or anywhere you'd like. And I'm really surprising myself how I'm standing on this surgical leg with more confidence, I think, than I have before. Let's hold that 10 count breath. Return. Pause. Of course, if you need your wall, your chair, anything you need at all for balance, please have that with you and available. We'll stand on the right foot. The left knee comes up. You can tap your big toe to the inside of your right thigh. Bring your arms wherever you'd like. 10 count breath. Return and check in. Now we're going to step one foot back to where we're on our mat the long way. If you need any props in front of you, you can have your chair, you can have a block, anything that you like here. Your toes are slightly turned out, and this distance is all up to you how wide you have your feet. Let's bring our arms out, no higher than the shoulders. If you need to soften your knees, do so, and we'll fold halfway forward, keeping your back straight. Hold and breathe. Noticing the stretch in your hamstrings, noticing the work in the backs of the legs, the posterior chain, and the core. Once you finish your exhale, bring yourself further down into wherever you can go for your stretch. So if your hands can't reach the mat, that's okay. Give yourself a prop underneath you if you need to. And take that 10 count breath. Once you exhale, bring your hands to your hips. Pull your body back halfway up. Pause. Arms can go out if you would like. Take that 10 count breath. Lengthen through the crown of your head to your tailbone. Keep lifting your body back up, 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 up. Reach the arms up, 5-pointed star. If you need to turn your toes out a little more, you can. Now I want you to stretch from all 4 appendages. Reach, reach, reach. And even upward through the crown of the head, take your 10-part breath. Tighten your abdominals. Now we'll sink into goddess squat. So we'll start to bend our knees. I need to use the wall a second to get my left knee started. There we go. So sitting down any amount into your goddess squat. And then what we do with our hands is we have kind of this W position. Elbows are a little lower than the shoulders, and we'll flatten our palms like we're holding 2 heavy objects here. Make sure you're not bending over forward, so stay upright. This is our strong goddess. 10 count breath. And then just rise up to neutral, relaxing the arms down. Turn your right foot out, your left foot parallel to that side edge of the mat. Bend your right knee. Keep your core aligned forward. Make sure this knee is centered over the foot. Bring the arms out. Rotate your palms up to pull your shoulder blades back. Look over your right hand. Breathe. Warrior 2. Virabhadrasana 2. Shift forward a little bit with your body. Drop your forearm or hand down to your thigh for side angle pose or extended side angle pose, reaching the arm. You can do this seated in your chair. Roll this top shoulder back. Breathe. Pull yourself back up to your warrior 2. This time with palms up, gaze over your back hand. Breathe. Let this back hand either slide down to your leg or feed it behind your back. Lift up into reverse warrior. If you feel balanced, look up toward your hand and breathe. Come back to your warrior 2. Look straight ahead this time. Turn your palms up. You can hold this here or reach your hands either to your hips or behind your back and pull your shoulder blades together. Now you can stay upright, or one more pose here is our humble warrior. We'll take our upper body, bow it forward, 10 count breath. Pull yourself back up. Strong, strong. And And then turn this foot in. The other foot turns out. So we have a line, imaginary line through the center of our mat that should intersect this heel and the arch of the back foot. Keep that knee centered over your ankle. Open out to your warrior two. Turn your palms up. Gaze to your front hand. Breathe. Gaze back to center. Reach out a little bit. Bring that hand or elbow down. Side angle, the hand is right up to the ceiling. Extended side angle, we start to drift it over toward the ear. Pull your top shoulder back. Breathe. Back to your warrior two. Drop your shoulder blades back, stack your shoulders over your hips, and turn your head to look toward your backhand. Recheck the alignment of your front knee and breathe. Good. Take that backhand and either let it drift down towards your thigh or feed it behind your back. Sweep the other hand up for reverse warrior, sun warrior. 10 count breath. Good. Back to your warrior two. And then palms can be up. We can stay here. We can interlace behind the back or bring hands to hips. You can even hold a yoga strap behind your back. And then you choose. Do you want to stay upright or try to hinge forward into that humble warrior? Front knee is bent, back leg is straight. Let your head, neck, and shoulders relax. And take your 10 count breath. Pull yourself strongly back to a stand. And release the arms. Pivot both feet straight ahead. And we'll take one more wide leg forward fold. So stretch up, reach, 5-pointed star. And then start to hinge from the hips as we come down. Hands to chair, block, floor, wherever you can take it in this last pose here in this standing series. And breathe. Now from this position, I'm not going to coach you, but I want you to come down onto your back the way that feels the best for you for bridging. And you can also use your chair to put your feet up on for bridging, or your feet can be down onto the floor. So I'm just going to pull my chair in here. So if you're using your chair for bridging, you'll have your heels on top of the chair. Knees bent about 90 degrees. If you're not using the chair, feet are flat on the floor. Arms by your side. Pull your toes up off the mat, push down into your heels, and lift your hips up any amount away from the floor. Now be careful, sometimes the hamstring wants to cramp here. And hold and breathe. Lower down from the bridge. I'm going to give you the option to take 1 foot away from the floor, or you can use both legs. Bring your feet closer together. We'll lift up into our bridge first with both feet. And then your choice is to take 1 foot off the floor or the chair. It can be bent, it can be straight, wherever you want it to be, and hold a 10 count breath. You can be using both legs here, that's fine. Take the leg that's lifted, put it back down, roll down from your bridge. Pause and prepare. Come up into your bridge any height. Option to take the other foot away. 10 count breath. Put the free foot back down. Come down from your bridge. Hug your knees up into your chest. And then extend your legs up as straight as you feel comfortable. We'll point and flex through the ankles for a few ankle pumps. And we're really pulling down vigorously by firing the shin muscles here. We're activating the muscle pump that helps us to bring blood, lymphatic fluid, other fluid in the body back toward the heart. You can also do these ankle pumps just sitting in your chair. Now just flex your feet as much as you can. Hold, tightening these muscles. Take a 10 count breath. And relax that flexion of your ankles. Keep your right leg up. Take your left leg either down to your chair or to the floor. And we'll stretch this hamstring. You can use your hand to pull the leg toward you, or hook your yoga strap around the bottom of your foot and pull it toward you. Now we need to hold this longer than 1 10 count breath. So I've got a little clock in front of me. We're going to hold this stretch an entire minute. You can also completely straighten out this left leg all the way long onto your mat. Knee doesn't have to be bent. And then you can do some activation with your foot. You can do a few more ankle pumps or maybe some circles with the ankle as we're holding our hamstring stretch. 30 seconds. You can be using that 10 count breath throughout this minute. Last 10 seconds. All right, relax that leg down. Our left leg will come up. Pull it in to find your stretch. And we'll hold 1 minute. Optional ankle movement. And just find a nice breath pattern that works for you here. And just over 30 seconds to go. Really relax the back of the leg. 10 seconds. And then lower that leg back down. And we're going to be doing either our figure four stretch, or if you'd like to take a second and roll over into pigeon, that's your option for the next stretch to hold 1 minute. So for those of you that want to get ready in pigeon, I'll give you a second to get there. Those of you that are staying with me on your back for figure four, we'll lift our right leg up, flex the ankle, and then bring that ankle right across the thigh. This might be enough stretch for you just to stay right here, or we can pull the legs up toward us a little bit for that figure four stretch, or take your pigeon with the right leg forward. All right, our 1 minute begins. Either that 10 count breath or just a nice flow, equal ratio breathing. And we're feeling that stretch in the outside of the right hip, those deep external rotators. Maybe stretching a little bit deeper with each exhalation. And 30 seconds to go. Ten seconds. And take your time to come out of your stretch. I'll give you a little extra time for those of you that are in pigeon to switch sides. You can also do this stretch sitting in your chair. You're just going to sit in the chair, bring your left leg up, flex the ankle, bring it up on top of your thigh. And if you're sitting in a chair, you're going to fold forward with your upper body over that leg. All right, find your hip stretch. 1 minute begins now. Relax your jaw, your neck, your facial muscles, your shoulders. Thirty seconds to go. Ten seconds. And then relax back down. If you're in your pigeon, come back to join us on your back. If you want, you can still keep the chair here. And what we're going to do is our Supta Baddha Konasana, or our butterfly pose laying on our back. You can use the chair as I am here. Or if you're sitting in your chair, just keep your feet close together on the floor and let your knees open up a little bit. And we'll take our 2 minute stretch here. Just relaxing your inner thighs. Allow your knees to fall open for gravity to assist with this stretch. And your arms can be wherever you would like. Maybe goalpost arms is a nice stretch for the chest, or even reaching above the head, or the palms right on top of the belly. And maybe you're still enjoying that 10 count breath. And we have 30 seconds. As you relax, you might feel those knees just dropping open a little bit more. Last 10 seconds. And then close those knees back together. We're going to come into a supine twist. So our knees will drop over to the right side. And again, you can still use your chair if you want to keep your feet up on top of the chair and just let your knees drop over. That's going to help you to keep your shoulders on the mat a little bit better. You can also drop your knees all the way to the mat and maybe use a bolster of some kind if your knees don't touch the floor all the way. So find your twist, any style you'd like, modify it your way. And we have 1 minute in our passive twist. Arms can be out to the side. You can look toward your opposite hand. So if your knees are dropping to the right, you can look over to the left. You can also weight this top leg a little bit, push down to get a deeper stretch. 30 seconds. And 10 seconds. Once you finish your exhalation, take your time to bring your legs back to the midline, either one at a time, or if you have that abdominal oblique strength, you can pull them up together. And then let's adjust to the other side. I'm going to use the chair for this one. Bring your arms to a comfortable place, maybe turn your head to the right. 1 minute. 30 seconds here in our supine twist or seated twist in your chair. Ten seconds. Exhale completely. Come back to neutral with your entire body, your spine, your hips, your shoulders, your head, and your neck. Now I want you to pick a pose that you would like to do for this next one. I'm just going to remain with my feet on the chair in a relaxed position. We have 4 minutes, and I'm going to give you the halfway mark. That's if you're deciding to do something that's a single leg place or a single leg pose, then you'll know when to change. So think about your pose for a moment. Get into that pose, either 2 minutes on each side or 4 minutes total, and let's begin. Now, if you just want to use this for Shavasana and meditation, that is great. and just focusing on that 10 count breath or any other style of breathing. And really try to deepen your relaxation here. Clear your mind. Sometimes when we're trying to meditate, little thoughts will jump into our brain, things that we need to do. And go ahead and address them and then just put them off to the side and refocus. Focus on your breathing and on your pose. We are coming up to the 2-minute mark, so if you'd like to change your position for the last 2 minutes, go ahead and begin to do that now, or remain as you are 2 more minutes. Can you make yourself feel 10% more relaxed? Are you tightening anywhere? Gripping, tensing? Just let it go. We have 30 seconds remaining. And then just begin to reawaken your body by moving your fingers, your toes, perhaps rolling your head from side to side. Any small movement that would feel good. You can hug your knees in towards your chest and maybe add some circles around or rock side to side. And we're just preparing to bring ourselves out of this reclined position or wherever you're at, back to a comfortable seat. So take your time to get there. If you're already in the chair, that's great. And then just together as a community, the LisaBug community, I would like for us to take one final 10 count breath together, though miles separate us. And we'll do this with the arms moving as well. So let's take 2 counts to inhale up, hold 2, and exhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining me today. I hope the class felt great. If you have to scoot, maybe send me a little message and let me know how everything felt today. If you can hang